Cake, you asked for tips about being a content creator. So this is what I'll tell every streamer on Twitch that's trying to grow. If you're just trying to grow by streaming, not gonna work. You can be the biggest streamer and you will not grow unless you start doing something. A good example, there's a lot of popular streamers out there. A ton of, I'm talking thousands, right? You could probably imagine in your head of like how many streamers there are. But you'll also constantly notice that even like, what's your definition of large streamer? To a person just starting, a person with like 500 viewers, like, damn, that's a lot of viewers. And then like a person like XQC size is like, damn, that's unheard of, right? It's all about perspective and like what's large. So like, is 50K large? Is 10K large? Is 5K large? Is 1K large? Like, what is 500 large? What is a large streamer? And then as soon as you start thinking that, you'll learn, man, I just cannot think like that ever. So a lot of people fall into this trap of they just continue to stream the same thing and they don't think about what's going to make me grow as a streamer. Because I'm assuming when you're saying content creation, it might be streaming, but I'll get into other stuff too. You'll notice that a lot of streamers, they stay at the same viewer range. I know how to grow as a person and as a streamer, but I simply don't do it because I don't want to. Because it's a lot of effort. It's genuinely hard. But if you're just doing the same thing, you're not going to grow. And a lot of people are fine with like just having the community they have and they just enjoy the company that there is there, right? But if your goal is to grow as a streamer, you need to figure out this. You ask yourself, what is the reason people want to watch me? What is the reason people to watch you? Like, let me ask you this. What's the reason someone's going to click on your stream or your videos over mine? Because not only are you competing with even just trying to grow, you're competing with all the established people already, the thousands upon thousands. What are you adding to the mix that's a standout or different? I can't answer that question myself. People, I've had to have my viewers tell me, people said they like my voice and they like my perspective on things and how I play games. And I am very just talkative when playing games compared to other streamers. I was also good at lying. That's about it, right? That's apparently what I was good at. I was, at least in Among Us, I was competitive without being toxic. It was like a friendly competitive type of way. But not everyone was like that. So my greatest strength was being a standout in deception games. And that was during a time where Among Us was the biggest game in the world. Now, as you can see, Among Us fell off. And then in the bluntest term, so did a lot of my viewership. But I spent a lot of time on that, and I was fine just kind of chilling. I was kind of just vibing. But let's say I wanted to grow. All right, let me tell you about my mindset about this. What do viewers want to see? Well, they sure as hell don't want to see Valorant. Valorant heavily hurt my channel. I'm playing streaming on hard mode. I don't have a face cam. I don't have anything on my screen really. It is just simply me, the game, and talking. So what do you got to do to be a streamer like that? You have to be super entertaining. You have to come up with unique and innovative ideas that's going to make people like, oh, there's something funny here. Or you have to be very entertaining when you're streaming something, and you have to be the establisher of metas. A good example is Northern Lion. He is very good at talking. He's allowed to play whatever game he wants because that's just the kind of community he's developed. And he has established genres. He is like flat out, unironically, blown up games before. Vampire Survivors. Only discovered because he was playing it. Literally that entire... He popularized an entire genre. Vampire Survivors. Do you know what that game looks like? Who else do you think is going to play that game? It's him. And he established that. Same with Super Auto Pets. He flat out made the Super Auto Pets as big as it is today. That man has like over... Do you know like how many episodes of Super Auto Pets he's done? And you know what that game looks like? It's just who he is as a person. And he is super entertaining when he does it. And it's those games, right? So he is a person that's good at talking, and he can make anything entertaining. There's a ton of other examples. Have you seen what Germa plays? And have you seen like Germa's crazy content? Man has literally had an entire amusement park that he let chat control. He's done an entire dollhouse where he simulated The Sims with an entire team. But that's like extreme high budget creative ideas that like really that's why I think he's the best streamer. He is an exception to like the insane rule of like so many different things. It's all just like, if you just stream League, you're not going to grow. Unless you're really good at League. Unless you're like extremely good at League. You can see like all the League streamers that are really good, and they're still like 20 to 30 viewer people. And that's just because they could be good at a game, but if they're not entertaining on a top, you're probably still not going to grow. You need 2 factors when you're streaming. All right? And these are, you need 2 or 3. I'll always say this. There's 3 big things. You need a lot of money for a lot of different really big projects, / like connections to get a bunch of people for big projects, or an investor. You need connections to people in the streaming industry, or an insanely good charismatic personality. You need 2 of the 3. And you need to figure out how can you get 2 of the 3. There are people that are naturally born charismatic, right? But it's definitely a skill that you develop. I wouldn't say that I'm like the most talkative person in the world. I'm definitely an introvert, but I just naturally kind of talk to friends while playing games, and people just like to watch me play stuff. And I mean, like, that skill is really good for streaming. So you either have to find a creative idea to get people to watch you with a very interesting, compelling idea. And it doesn't have to be on Twitch. Here's the 4th way. All right, so if you want to be a streamer on Twitch and you only want to do Twitch, those are the only ways, right? You need a lot of money, you need connections, or you need to be insanely funny and charismatic, and you still need one of the other 2. You cannot do that solo, because there's a lot of just funny people in the world. All right? The easier way is you have an audience from another side, because there is virtually no discoverability on Twitch. You have an audience from another side, and you can get them onto Twitch itself through that. So whether it be YouTube, whether it be TikTok, because then you're cultivating an audience for yourself. There's a huge reason why, out of everybody that did Among Us, literally anybody who did Among Us, think about it like this. Think about who, as streamers now, grew without having an audience before. Without having a single audience before, who is still a streamer, or who got a lot of popularity from that. And because of why. I want you, like, try and name anyone besides me. Yeah, but, like, realistically, for, like, the Among Us era is a good example. There is not really another YouTuber or streamer that, like, kind of blew up on... I'm talking Twitch specifically. From Among Us. That was only Among Us. Or, not only Among Us, like, without an audience in the beginning. There's a lot of people that expanded from it. Like, Sykkuno got really huge off of it. Toast got really huge. Ray got even huger. Corpse got really huger, but these were all already pre-established people. DK was unironically the largest streamer in the people that we played with. DK bigger than Hafu. DK has like 6 million followers on Twitch, if you didn't realize that. What did all of us have in common? We all had connections on stream. I knew and was friends with... My beginning on Twitch was... I was peer pressured into streaming. I didn't even want to stream. Right? Look, I was friends with Russell. I was friends with Soda Poppin' for a little bit. I was friends with Asian Andy. I was friends with Darion. And all those people I knew... Yeah, like, I knew, like, infinite people, essentially. I was kind of friends with a lot of different people. And Among Us made me friends with even more people. It's kind of hard to do this while I'm playing League. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of like a scattered conversation. I wish I could start from the beginning, because, like... This is kind of throwing me off. There's a lot of different, like, stimulating things happening to me at once in this game. There is League, there is music, there's trying to focus on the conversation, and trying to track the jungle. There's a lot going on right now. The initial answer of how I met these people, I knew a lot of these people from I played Mafia for 5 years of my life before this. I played Mafia in a very, very, very high level before this, and I got to... I was Challenger at this point. I was Challenger in League before I was a streamer. And with that, I also had a friend get popular on the Austin show, which used to be named something else. So even with that, I had that connection too. With all this, I used to play in a Discord that was called No Streaming. And it was just a bunch of streamers that we just hang out and play games together, and it's more of a relaxing spot, and the rule was you just do not stream there. There was a lot of shit that went on in that Discord, but I met a lot of people through it, and with that, it just kind of made me friends with everybody. So that's how I was like, introduced more and more and more people, besides my like already knowledge of Mafia. So like I, for example, knew Becca. I played Mafia with Becca, Hafu's best friend, also a very prominent Challenger TFT streamer, and the TFT gang, like a bunch of the TFT gang. Even before I was a streamer, they didn't know me. I only played in it because I was extremely good at Mafia. They didn't play it often. They just played it like once or twice, but they just knew of Daily Mafia, which is where I used to play. And they invited, and Ryzel, which is like the channel where all the invite-only players played. And we played 2 rounds. The first round, I got a baseline on everybody. And if you don't know how Mafia works, it's like this specific version was there's 3 Mafia, there was 1 medic, there was 1 vigilante, and there was 1 cop. And there was 15 people playing. So out of the 15 people, only 6 people got roles. I was able to perfectly identify in the first 3 minutes not only who a PR was, who a person was like fully, I hard read them as town. I also identified that they were the medic. First 3 minutes in the game. And Becca called bullshit on me. Saying like, what the fuck? There's no way. I was right. And everyone in that group of players' mind was blown. Like full on, they just couldn't believe that I did that. And but I mean, through like context clues, and I was extremely good at being. I wasn't like the best at Mafia, but I think I was within like the top 3 players in our group of picking up on small nuances of people. But yeah, with that, it just kind of like I met a bunch of people through it, and on top of that, I was interesting to talk to in the game. That's kind of why I got invited, and I was good at the game. So once again, step 1, at least for me, was I was just good at games. I was good at things that I put my focus on. And that's because I invested a lot of time. It's not just like naturally being good. That's like, there's a small portion of that, but a large portion of that is also just like countless hours invested of just, this is what I enjoyed. And you kind of just need to be genuine about it. You can't force anything. Or if you force something, the harder you want it, the worse it's going to be, in my opinion. You have to figure out what's like genuine to you and what you like doing, and people in tune will kind of just watch. I think I probably could have became a good streamer even without the pandemic. One of my first few streams, I was playing League. I think I had 30 viewers. I played a game called Throne of Lies, which just kind of came out. A lot of people, like Moon specifically, and I watched a lot of Moon back then, was playing it and kind of was popularizing the game. I think I got 50 viewers on my first stream of it. And that's just because people were interested in the game, if you think about it like this. It's a game with a smaller pool of people playing, and I was decent at it, but I was also interesting, and I kind of was able to explain what I was thinking and doing because of my history in other games. I was kind of just playing into my strong suits, but it wasn't even like because I wanted to stream. The only reason I was streaming is because I wanted my 1 affiliate emote that I can use on every channel. And that was the only motivation I had. But I guess like the point of what I'm saying is figure out what you like doing, and you need to figure out in a way that's like not going to be super competitive. You can see even when I'm streaming, I'll have a lot of viewers during the night, and then as soon as it hits 12 p.m. PST afternoon, my viewership goes to 1/3, and that's because literally every person is live. There's a lot of competition when it comes to streaming. So, how do you beat competition? You gather your own audience from a different thing. YouTube, TikTok, any one of those. Anything that's kind of like Instagram, anything to kind of promote yourself or your own community to grow things for you specifically. When did you really get into streaming as a career then? During Among Us. So, August 2020, I think it was August 18th. I played in, I'm not going to say the very first Among Us lobby, because that was like a Brazilian group and then the SR group. But I was genuinely the group that popularized it. I played with like Soda and such. Soda, Russell, Asian Andy, Russell, Darion, all those people. And we just kind of played it for fun on stream. Yeah, this is just so stupid. Man, I'm Diamond 4 now. I'm unironically Diamond 4. Okay, now I can actually tell the story easier while I'm in queue. So I started playing that. I can show you guys this. My start to streaming was an anomaly. This is not how streaming goes. All right, now I can actually tell you guys how to stream. I'm going to pause the music. If you want to be a content creator, this is where you genuinely take notes where I'm not distracted. All right, let's take a peek at this. This was the first week of streaming. All right, we go to average viewers. You can see I streamed every single day. Being consistent is quite important. Day 1, 5-hour stream, average 28 viewers. And this is 3 days after I was playing in the popular lobbies of Among Us. This is 3 days. All right. Day 2, 34 viewers. All right. This is the first 2 days, 5 days into Among Us. Day 3, 240. This is when people realized I had a stream. Day 4, 120. Fell down a bit, but depended on the lobby. Day 5, 183. And then the discoverability happened. When people started to notice I was streaming every single one of these days, I was playing in more and more and more lobbies. Time streamed increased a giant amount. You can see when you're live for longer, in a discoverability, it is important that you stream as much as you can and you grind out essentially the growth. You take advantage of the opportunities given to you. I was just having fun though. So 402 viewers, essentially doubled, right? Next day, because of this stream, more people knew, and the way Twitch works is if you're the top of whatever category is being streamed, you're going to get more discoverability because people are just going to click on your stream. Now, I was a recognizable name in the Among Us lobbies because people just thought I was really good. And people realized slowly after a few days of Among Us, genuinely how good I was. All right. 962. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8. All right. You can see it kind of just goes more and more and more and more and more and more. And when you stream more and your friends raid you. More discoverability, you become the top streamer in the Among Us category, you play in your own lobbies, and people wanted to organize lobbies based off of me and play with me. All right, we go to the next month. Let's take a peek at something. All right, so we are in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 days into me being a streamer. I had a YouTube channel. I want you to think about that. 14 days into becoming a streamer, not only did I have a YouTube channel, I had 3 editors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 31st, I think it's to the 6th. I had like 7 videos out in 5 days. Or sorry, 5 videos out in 7 days. 3 editors. And on the 7th day, I had a thumbnail artist now that I kind of helped and directed to what I wanted for the YouTube algorithm. And on top of this, I also knew how to run a business, and I have a good eye on not how to do stuff, but how to improve things. I'm very good at coming up with ways to make things better and stand out. And so me being challenger in League, me playing Mafia competitively for 5 years, being voted as the person who created the best game for Mafia at that point in time. And if you combine all those skill sets, Among Us is like the best possible situation. How are you able to get that many editors in that time from connections to other creators? When people really enjoy your content and enjoy you, people will want to work with you. A lot of people reached out to me. I had one person who I was already friends with, and then 2 people that reached out to me. And I also just instantly said like, hey, fuck it. I need editors. Does anyone want to be an editor? Obviously, like I said, this is an anomaly. This does not happen to people normally. I am a very, very 0.0 of the 0.0 percentile. If you're given an opportunity in the right time, when does Sabby get in the picture? I can check this. She messaged me a bunch of times on August 26th, 10 days into me streaming. And she was like, I'll make emotes for you. And I'm like, it was just Pepe emotes. And I'm like, I'll consider it. And then it was kind of this like brief, not really responding to her. And just because I was overwhelmed with like everything that was happening. And eventually she just sent me like more Among Us emotes, and I'm like, they're okay, but I thought in the beginning I wanted ferrets. I knew my channel wanted to be a theme. I went into full business mode. I was like, all right, because a lot of people were getting a lot of popularity from Among Us, but nobody did this. Nobody besides me took advantage of it like this, where I instantly like, okay, I know exactly what I need to do for what I want to establish my channel. My goal wasn't to make money from this or anything or turn it into a career. It was just kind of fuck it. I'll just see where this goes, and I'll just do what I kind of want to do, what seems fun for me. Genuinely, I just did the angle what seemed fun for me, and eventually she made the Among Us vent emote, and that was the first time I saw an emote from her. That I'm like, I kind of like that one actually. And that was on August 30th. So that was what, 12 days into streaming. It's this artist, but this is one of my favorite artists. Like you can kind of see eventually where it gets to like, oh, interesting. If also, side note, you guys should make a personal Discord because it's like the best like log to keep track of everything you've done. If you want to just like save pictures, keep track, like document stuff. There it is. Boom. Found it. Copy link. The origin, the original inspiration for the leaflings was a Inktober that he made. It was around a 10-minute drawing he made. I didn't really ever watch a streamer called Admiral Baru, but I loved his emotes. He was one of the most subscribed to Twitch streamers back in the day. He still has an insane amount of subs, and the only reason why, besides of him being like an entertaining streamer, was his emotes, which is a panda. And I wanted to kind of take that energy and focus it on my own channel. Hold on. If you guys want to see unreleased leaflings, these were the original different leaflings. So as you can see, I chose 1, 4, 5, 6, and the baseline one. So with this, I was like, okay, I know exactly which ones I want. So within, and this was done fully established on the 15th of September. So not even a month into streaming, I had a full brand and what I wanted with the brand. I found a few people I wanted to work with. I had 3 editors. I had 2 emote artists at this, or sorry, YouTube, what's it called? Thumbnail artists. And it's kind of like the director of everything. And a lot of credit goes to these people. I'd say like an insane amount of credit goes to these people. I was just able to give an idea and they were able to make it happen. I was given an extremely, extremely lucky opportunity. Look at this, right? This is not normal. This is, you don't become this on your 10th day of streaming. With that being said, I think there's a good quote from a manga, which is going to sound corny, but it's about luck, right? All this sounds incredibly lucky, and it is. But I think the quote goes something like this. Luck is a skill. There's a reason why some people are luckier than others. They put themselves into places where lucky things can happen to them instead of just hoping something lucky happens to them. It's from, what's it called? It's from Blue Lock. It's a common Japanese saying I don't like. I think it's a good saying. The example they have in that manga is like, it's about soccer or football, and people are saying like, oh, this person's so lucky that the ball happened to go to him and he scored a goal. And he said, that's a skill, right? He put himself in that area. If he wasn't there, then he wouldn't have scored, right? But the fact that he put himself there put him in that situation where he could get lucky instead of not being lucky at all, right? And just waiting for something to happen. You can have forced luck. So you can just hope something happens to you, or you can put yourself in the situation where luck can happen instead of just hoping it will happen. Give yourself the best chance to get lucky rather than just hope something happens. So yeah, I got lucky, but a lot of this was my skill set. I was good at every single thing. I put myself in the situation to play with people. I played with a lot of strangers. I played with a bunch of different people. I didn't care about what size they were. It was never about that. I was never a clout chaser. I just happened to be like, people wanted to play with me. People will want to do stuff with you if you are fun or interesting. And people definitely took advantage of me also. That's just the nature of what streaming is too. It's very, very, very toxic. But it is what it is. But even with that, I got lucky. I also put in a hell of a lot of work. And I took advantage of my situation. Lots of different things. And the reason I grew to be the largest organic person was because I put a lot of effort in a bunch of different platforms to grow myself. There's a lot of different philosophies from a lot of different people of how to grow. But if you keep doing the same thing, it's probably not going to do much for you. Even in when I said like a good example of like the beginning of like when I had just wanted streaming for the emotes. Do you know how many people stream for, I don't know, years and still have like 4 viewers, 3 viewers? And it's just like they stream into the void and they just hope that them playing League of Legends or Valorant, just like not putting any effort in or understanding like why things are going to happen. Like my first streams, I had 20 viewers when I was playing League as a person who was like, I think I was only Diamond at that point. And then I had like 50 viewers playing Throne of Lies. It's because I was able to conduct myself in a different way, or I tackled a genre that was kind of new and people wanted to see more content from it. If you truly only like streaming, the best advice I could do is find yourself a streaming circle of friends and kind of just go in a circle of rating each other. Find a group that will help each other all grow. You all share a community, then try and separate yourself from that community or figure out a way to make that community also grow even larger. But your best shot is cultivating your own thing. There's a saying that Hafu has is like, no matter what, at the end of the day, good content will always rise. Content will always rise to the top and will always just be interesting to watch because people like watching something that just seems genuinely interesting. And people can tell if you're faking something. But I was still doing this all for fun. Obviously, you can make some money from this. Obviously. I'm not going to show you guys how much I was making at this point, but I had a bunch of other avenues of like I wanted to explore. Streaming didn't work out. And I knew I would be fine with the avenues that I went to. And this was just a fun endeavor. I estimate you made about $5. Yeah, somewhere around there. But we did daily videos for what, a year and a half straight, maybe more. Look at this. Look at the time streamed. Pretty much every single day. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 3 to 4 days off a month. 2 to 4 days off a month. Minimum 4 hours, maximum like 15. If you find something that's interesting and you see yourself slowly grow, take that and take huge advantage of that. Figure out what's good about that and do that. That's like the best thing you can do. And figure out ways to like really capture that specific. There's a reason why like people kind of focus on different genres. Look, let's go to Twitch. You can see people that I'm following. There's always metas. On the other thing on this, you will always grow and you will always fall, right? My peak, the most viewers I've ever had, let me go here. The most viewers I've ever had at once, this is average viewers, by the way. The most views I've ever had, I think was like 86,000 people watching me. That's an absurd amount of people. That is a disgusting amount of people. But once again, like you can see the wave of Among Us, you can see the history of like this starts to go down. Mental, also a huge factor. Streaming is a glorified job. Content creation is a glorified job. I need to stress this also. I full on developed anxiety from streaming. I didn't used to have, I was never an anxious person or any of that. I have never had anxiety or a mental breakdown or a panic attack before. Until stuff like this. And I can say from that, if your life is now the internet in front of people, you have to put on a fake smile on the days where it's not okay. I know this is going to sound sad, but I'm fine now. But from here to, let's see, where is it? Here. Damn. All right, here, one of these 3 days, something happened, and then took a few days off. There's no way I streamed on July 4th, yeah. Took a few days off, and then put the stream back on. And you will see a trend of, I needed to take a break again. I think I went to Europe here. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh baby. I take another break. Yeah. And you'll start to see a trend. I was also dealing with a lot of internet issues at this time. There's a lot of different factors that went into it. And my stream was genuinely very bad from this point. Very not good. Among Us also dying. So the anxiety of like, no matter who you are, even though I was streaming for fun, bigger number, dopamine. Number going down, stress, feel worthless, right? That's how it goes. I'm going to say the depression lasted from here, all right? You can see all this to... I'm going to be realistic with myself. You'll notice a trend. All right. So this is what the worst of it. You'll see time streamed. This is distracting. And then you'll see really, really, really consistent hours of like depression streaming and then nothing. And it's taking a break. Look at this. This is 3 months worth of streaming, just nothing. I'd say it lasted till around like here, and then the different depression hit with the viewers going down. That's fine. It's fine, honestly. Really depressing cycle. Really toxic cycle. Lots of different things. Lots of weird headspace. I'm feeling better at this point, right? You learn life fucks you over, and that's how it goes. But you can go back up. Started thinking about different ideas again. Still really inconsistent with streaming. This is really just trying to like be self-analytical. And how many average viewers do you think for it to be a full-time job as livable income? This is 33 hours streamed. This is not including sponsorships or YouTube or anything. I'm only showing you this specific one. All right. This is only Twitch. I was super analytical on all these times, trying to figure out, getting myself in a better headspace. I left Vegas. I figured out what I liked doing. Among Us always had good viewership. Valorant had terrible viewership. I legitimately killed my channel with Valorant because that was the only thing I could have fun playing at that time. Now, let's go to this month. This is the dubathon start. But even then, you go from, look at this average viewership. I came back from Europe. I went to Europe. And I'm going to say, like, I'm kind of in a spot where I'm like, this, like, what I unironically say, the depression went on for like 2 years. I was full on depressed. Then it took finally felt better. But then I needed to like, okay, I need to really think what I want to do to fix my stream, to fix this career, because I do enjoy this as a career and I don't want to leave it. There was a time where I was contemplating leaving streaming. And I was like, no, I enjoy streaming. But it was because of the environment that streaming is. So I'm like, okay, how do I rebrand? How do I fix stuff? What do I want to do? One, I stopped playing Valorant. That game was toxic as hell. There's a difference between like what you enjoy and also like what you kind of need to do. Valorant's just not a good game to stream. All right, so you see all these different viewerships. I'm having a ton of fun playing League. This is me playing Minecraft Bingo. Remember, my peak was 84,000 people. This is Minecraft. This is a Minecraft Twitch Rivals at 184 viewers on average here. And this is obviously bad. For me, that's bad. But you go to these days and you're like, oh, wait a second, what's going on here? What's going on here? This is before the dubathon. Remember, the dubathon is on the 14th. This shows you that people will want to watch content that you are having fun with. I think Minecraft is fine. You get more viewers while sleeping. That's because I have Among Us on. Any day that I've streamed Among Us, you can see the viewers are high. Everything else was low. People liked watching Among Us. But all of a sudden, what's going on here? Whoa. Change the time of day I streamed at, and I'm playing League. And I'm having fun playing League. And I'm also apparently entertaining playing League. I have gotten messaged by so many people saying, like, I love you just mentally breaking down over your teammates. Just full on trying your best not to flame them and get chat banned. People find it hilarious. And yeah, I was having a blast streaming League. Once again, it starts over here. So this day, right? Look at the average viewership. There's just things that you can identify of like, are you genuinely enjoying something? Or are you just doing it for content? And also, it mattered what time of day I was streaming. When I stream League in the daytime, it's like 700 viewers. When I stream it at nighttime, it's like 1.5k, 1.6k. So, what am I going to do after this? I'm going to dabble in League. I'm having fun with that game. I'm good at it. And people like me watching it. Or like watching it. If you want to think about it like this only happened this month, man. A huge reason why I also fell down is because of look how inconsistent I'm streaming here versus like look how consistent I'm streaming over here. Like look at I can just even quickly speedrun these bars. Like look at how consistent, look at the viewership. You'll see the viewership dwindle. Look how inconsistent. Whenever you're not streaming, toxic part of Twitch, people are watching other stuff. When people watch other stuff, they're discovering other streamers and discovering different dopamine from them. You kind of want to be there for people whenever you can. Otherwise, viewers are going to go and viewers won't discover you. It's kind of toxic. It's toxic as hell. Consistency is very, very important for streaming specifically. Same thing kind of goes for YouTube. People like personalities on YouTube, you kind of need like... They need dopamine. And it's kind of hard in this world also right now, like I said, because of TikTok. I am very much I like being personable with people. And I like long-form content. TikTok, exact opposite of that. So it's kind of hard. Same thing for YouTube. I didn't want to do shorts because I don't like short-form content. I have been told by my YouTube manager I need to do shorts. And I'm like, buh, buh. But if I wanted to grow, here's what I would do. I would do TikTok. I would have changed what I do on YouTube. I would have experimented a lot more. I would have done a ton of shorts. I would have done Instagram a lot more. I would have a face cam. I would try and do as many events as possible, host stuff, stop doing Minecraft, stop doing Valorant, or only focus on Minecraft. Do shorts, do a ton of collabs with a bunch of different people, get my name out there. Tons of shit. Tons of shit. But that's just, I just can't do that. I need to be genuine to myself. But what is wrong with shorts? Nothing's wrong with shorts. Shorts are extremely good for growing. Shorts people like watching. I don't like short form content. End of story. You can be very creative with it, but that's just like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how creative you are. Yeah, people are going to be more drawn to the insane amount, but it feels very disheartening when you put so much effort into something and then top 10 moments of 2023, whatever, AI thing, and it does a million times better. Or something you like, the biggest thing that YouTubers will say is like they feel terrible when they put a lot of effort and they really like how a video turns out, and then it's a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 is not a good thing. A 10 out of 10 means it's the least viewed video you've released in the past whatever amount of 10 videos. So people go in the toxic mindset of I only need to upload one thing, and that is the best thing that I can do. And so they go for the very meta-driven stuff. It's kind of finding your own community, figuring out what you're okay with, and just kind of accepting stuff. And figuring out, okay, if I really like this, if I really like Valorant, how would I go about it, right? I think a good example of a person who I think is doing it well and will probably grow larger and larger is Keo. I think this person, I am surprised he's not a larger streamer. This person does a bunch of different challenges. He spedran Gecko to Immortal or something like that. And that was when the new champion came, or Gecko just came out. He has like a trampoline in his room or something. I don't watch his streams, but he's a good guy. I've talked to him a few times. I think this person, just based on his content on YouTube, he has a very good understanding of it. And he will probably blow up. I think this person has an interesting stuff. This is a good example of how overpowered shorts are on YouTube. All right? This person is a Cypher One Trick who does degenerate lineups on Valorant. These came out before. He was a channel that had like a bunch of subscribers before he even made a YouTube video. So when he did shorts, people like recognized dog, Cypher player, funny, different stuff. So when he made a video, they all blew up instantly. This is a good example of, hey, I'm going to translate one audience to another. He also has a good voice. This is what he sounds like.
Hi YouTube, I'm Aka, I'm a dog, and I love...
Right? You're instantly, it's a dog, it's talking and he has a good voice. Overpowered. Literally an overpowered combo. Disgustingly overpowered. The hard part about Valorant is very highlight focused. 12, 13, this is 12. All right, this is one 10-minute video. This is essentially the amount of Valorant wins I have on the Dubathon. This is a 10-minute video. And after a certain amount of time, people are over it because it's Valorant content. So you're going to need to figure out a way, how do I make this entertaining that's also stream friendly? Because when people go and like, oh, I really like this person, I really like their YouTube channel, then they go to Twitch and it's just you playing Valorant and they're like, wait. Imagine like Among Us people, right? Imagine they watch my Among Us imposter videos, they go to my stream and then I'm dead as crewmate for like 3 hours straight. They're like, this isn't the content that I expect. I'm literally just talking right now, right? During Baldur's Gate, I had like 350 viewers, 400 viewers, something like that. During Baldur's Gate, I am literally just talking right now, and my viewership is going up. Another example, people love when streamers are talking to them versus like them playing their own game and are absorbed. This is literally just me talking. Obviously, what I'm talking about, the subject, is probably very interesting to a viewer perspective. This is viewership high to low. This is fucking Valorant that we're talking about, okay? This is literally Valorant. This is the all viewers high to low. Then you scroll down. I scroll down literally not even like one thing. And like you can see the viewership just dwindle and dwindle and dwindle. And like, I'm going to continue scrolling here, all right? I'm going to show you how many people are streaming this game right now. Let me ask you. When you see Valorant, when you see this shit, what are you clicking on here? Literally all the gameplay looks the same. What are you clicking on here? What are you ever clicking on here? It literally just every single person looks the exact same. How am I going to discover you? I have to scroll this far down. We're at the 3 viewer, 1 viewer people. What's the difference between this or this and all the way up here back to the popular people? What's the difference between that and that? And then up even more. What's the difference between that and this? Nothing. Absolutely zero thing. So it's just a lottery of like, I am still simply going to continue scrolling here. I'm going to give you a hint, chat. This goes on forever. This goes on a disgusting amount. Unbelievably disgusting. It's still going. How are you ever getting discovered in this? 48K. Put this in perspective. 48K. This is what? This is 10K. Let's say this is 20K. Let's say this is 20K right here. All right. Past this point, this makes up 20-something thousand viewership. Look at all, like, if you put in perspective, like numbers on channels, that's 40-something, like that's what, like almost 30-something thousand viewership from all of those channels combined. Do you know how many stupid amount. Let's go to League of Legends. I'm going to show you how many, like, it's a very saturated thing. So what stands out in League? One, I have a large audience who also knows League of Legends and likes the gameplay. Timmy's playing League? What the fuck? I didn't even know he played League. You want to know the reason why people click me? Because they're like, oh, streamer plays League of Legends? Holy shit. I didn't know Among Us player that was really good at Among Us that I used to watch played League. I'm going to click on a stream. What? He's high rank in this? He's cracked at this game also? What the fuck? Oh, he actually speaks when playing. This no flame to whoever I click right here. This is probably a good example of a good league streamer if you like degeneracy. Let's watch. This is okay, good streamer. Sure, let's watch a challenger player.
Scaling HP, on prend. Vas-tu plier un classique? Je vais essayer de plier un classique.
He's French.
Game
It's even worse, but hold on.
Ah ouais, peut-être, hein.
Let's wait.
Peut-être. Pour l'instant, il y a 3
Okay, no, he's actually kind of speaking, but like there was a period of just silence, and I do that too, honestly. Let me find a person that's actually in game. Challenger support.
We should freeze this 100%. I can't do much about Lux going mid here, unfortunately.
He's good at the game though. He's probably teaching people how to play.
Because the map is split top and bottom.
I'm more saying, I'm not blaming him as a streamer. That's not the point of what I'm saying at all, and I don't take it like that, and I hope if that gets back to him, that's not what I'm saying. I am going to say, think about how all these league streamers sound for a second. I'm going to find another high elo Challenger A's DC.
It seemed pretty free, but Briar's a little bit low. Okay, never mind. It doesn't matter if he's...
That person's not bad. I'm not going to lie.
Show mid, I think.
You know how Valorant has an accent? League also has an accent. US Mastery. What am I listening to? What am I watching? What did I just click on? He died, he's bitching? That's literally me. What did I just witness, by the way? But he's probably like, oh, I'm gonna get this. This person died. What a dumbass. That's about it. But like, there's no passion in the voice. There's no passion anywhere. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm gonna click your stream. I'm allowed to flame this guy because we have history, by the way. I'm allowed to flame this guy because we have history. Anyway, you guys get the gist of what I'm saying. I'm gonna do my best impression of a league streamer right now, all right? The team fight is crazy, all right? They're going in. I'm fed as hell, but my team is inting. All right, I'm about to go in. I get a pentakill. I play out of my mind here. I'm a league streamer. All right, well, that was easy. Okay. All right. GG. That's league streamers. That's literally every single league streamers. And if you watch league, if you know, you know. There's a reason Soju has so many viewers also. This guy is funny as fuck. Look at him. Look how he's sitting in his chair. It's forehead cam.
Who you giggling to? Not me. That's for sure.
Immediately, you hear that one sentence. How he says that, funny as fuck. You know how many things I've picked up from Soju of how he says stuff? But yeah, immediately, that one sentence, he said it more funny and is more captivating than like any of the league streams I clicked on, no offense to the league streamers. And that's how you know if you're killing it also, if people pick up your lingo. Look at the people I'm following here. What are you going to do to compete with these people? What are you going to do? What are you going to offer that's going to be more entertaining than the people that are live right now and then the people that are also exactly trying to make it? It's a hard thing to consider. It's a really hard thing to think of. Let me also say this. Chat is super important for streaming. You know how hard it is to talk to the void? Do you know how hard it is to not play off of people? I insult people, all right? My humor is like pretty much observational and play off of other people. You know how hard it is when people don't speak in chat? I'm like, Jesus Christ, what's going on here? So yeah, the more people that speak, it's easier to speak to. But you know whose chat is funny as fuck? Super TF. His chat, also Sleepy's chat is quite good. Super fucking good. Super's chat, you want to know what they do? They go crazy whenever he does literally anything. And then also, they flame the shit out of him. They flame him like no other. I have never seen a punching bag more. Like, let's literally go here. All right, Super's videos are also funny as fuck. He is a great streamer, and I don't even watch Overwatch that much. All right, let's just literally go to the most recent let's just look at the comments. Literally the top comment. I haven't even watched this video yet. Look at the top comment here. I don't know if this is gonna be a racist clip or not, but hold on.
Without mics, what makes them so special
have
that
mics.
they don't need mics? Yes, come and turn it on. I understand that our
Okay, actually, hold on. Wait.
no, I understand that our Omen's like mentally.
No. Okay, hold on. I can't show that clip. Hold on a second. We gotta get away from that one. I'm just gonna show a funny clip of his. I know exactly what that clip was too. That person was a psycho. That was a Valorant psycho. Look at his chat here.
That's
120.
Bench.
He was bench.
No, I thought it was. Oh.
Yo.
What do you mean, yo? I didn't know.
We multiple
You know
people
what,
bench.
You said it as what?
Sorry.
Well, no, we said it before.
No,
When the
they
Cypher
did
was
not.
I don't even know what happened in that clip, but super freaking out is funny. IMO. But his chat fully invested in literally everything he does. There's a ton of people's chats that's like that. Our chat is a little too nice. I gotta bully you sometimes. I've talked to you guys a bunch. This is why chat, when I see things like that, I get mad when you all talk about ice cream off topic. This is why I get mad. John's chat, also a perfect example. Really good chat. But also one brain cell. But even there, right? Super, way more emotive. Just him even doing whatever he was doing in Valorant, any reaction, usually way more emotive than like any other Valorant streamer or person trying to be a streamer. What I'm essentially getting to the point of is like, see what's not working for people and do the opposite. That's like the main point of, that's the main point I'm trying to get across. I'd say the vast majority of streamers that you see, all these streamers, right? Or at least a lot of popular ones, I have very rarely met streamers that are popular that are not just actually themselves on camera. The vast majority of them is just like them being themselves, and it's just on camera on stream. There's like a few that I can say the exception of, but like, this is just genuinely how they are. You either have to like be a full-on actor, or like, people can tell when you're not. People aren't dumb, is how I'd put it. People can tell when you're like, fake it till you make it, right? People can tell. I'd say you guys have probably watched streamers that it's like, this person, it's like the bane of YouTube 2012 plus was like when like horror game YouTubers fake their reaction to everything, and it was super played up, and like the people that were really good, like Markiplier, was like, oh, that was like the GOAT, and then everyone tried to copy, and it just felt super forced and fake, and it was awful. And everyone was like, ugh, and only kids watched it. Same thing with streaming. You can't just like force it unless like you have something really good going for you there. Streaming and YouTube isn't too far off in the sense of, let's just go to this category. Let's go to Fall Guys. Hold on. Fall Guys. All right. The Fall Guys category, here's a really good example. This is a game that has the top viewership is 73. You guys like Fall Guys content. Top viewership right now, 73. All right. If I'm to stream on that, I am the top streamer on Fall Guys. You want to know how many viewers I get that don't watch my stream and just click on me because that's the top viewer on Fall Guys? A lot. That's why you see a lot of certain types of chatters, because Fall Guys is generally a kids game. But you look at the, okay. So this is why I also talk to mods sometimes about like titles. What are you clicking on here? All right. I've never talked to you. I've never viewed your stream. I don't know who you are. Tell me any title here. What's looking interesting here? Yeah, realistically, I Love the Smell of Beans is the best title here, which is saying something. Nothing. There's nothing going on here. Why? Like, there's nothing interesting. So, you want to know what stream did really well? I was in like my slump. Mommy is back with the furry tag. That one goes kind of hard. That one goes kind of hard. But even then, you want to know what I'm clicking? I did a stream called "Stream Doesn't End Until I Win 15 Games." Stream does not end until I ... I'm clicking on that shit. Right? It's a YouTube title. So if you play streaming like you'd play YouTube, like a title game, that's also extremely important. So these are all just different things that you got to think about. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to click on a Valorant streamer. I'm going to scroll down this. Buh. What's happening here?
2000er Lieder sind das halt, ne? Bei Spotify.
He's Dutch. Fuck. German. You just insulted me. I am so sorry.
Dommage. Salade, tomate, oignon, mayo, alger.
What's happening even here? I didn't even know what language I spoke until he spoke out loud. I feel like I've made my point, at least. So, once again, talk about titles again, because I haven't done titles on YouTube in a while. I sometimes edit my titles, but you can see, like, how big of an importance titles kind of are. For example, like, I changed this one. This is just, it's Among Us in 2023, and it's still got, like, this much views compared to every other video. It's, like, double, right? And that's just because of this title, more than anything else. That's kind of my tangent on content. Overall, Bucket Notes is, like, put yourself in situations that you enjoy and the type of content that you like and you think is fun. Take advantage of that, and if something's working out, keep at it and feel like it's and figure out what's good about it, pretty much. I don't know. That's the best way I can say it. Sorry for the long tangent if people weren't here for that. No! Oh, leaked! What did I just leak? I didn't leak anything, thank God.